Hello, welcome to my next video. This is video number 4. It is the topic of friendships, the overrated, the underrated, brotherhood, sisterhood, and the value of platonic support. Okay, a lot of people have mixed emotions and feelings about the words friend and friendships. At one point in my life, I can remember that's all I cared about: being with my friends, being accepted, and being a reliable friend. I'm going to try to keep it light. The first 3 topics were pretty intense. I feel like those were some that I had to kind of marinate on and kick back on. So I'm going to try and keep it light on this friendship tip. On one of my playlists, there's a song, Caged Bird by J. Cole, and he's like, "You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga." Like, I kind of feel like that was the game I was missing. So I'll get deeper into that as we go through the conversation. As I've gotten older, I have discovered that friendships are a form of relationships and require effort and work just as any other. Relationships to me, I feel like could be anything. I feel like they can be platonic, they can be romantic, they can be work related, they can be, social related. Like, there's always a bond between 2 people that I feel like is considered a relationship. It just depends on what kind of relationship it is. Is it a friendship? Is it a F-buddy situation? Like, who knows, But as far as today, I want to focus on friendships on a platonic level. Along with that discovery, I began to realize the friendships I thought so highly of were either one-sided or fake as fuck. Like, it was either, they was on some bullshit, I was on some bullshit, nobody was trying to communicate or talk about shit, so niggas end up doing each other dirty over misunderstandings. Shit fucked up when they're now making games out the ass about getting to know each other and be platonic, whether it be platonic or romantic. So we making games about communicating with people we're already supposed to know. I think that's just silly, because if I consider you my friend or I consider you somebody that I rock with, like, I know your ass, nigga. Like, I know who you are, and I'm cool with that shit. Like, you my nigga, you my dog, you my whatever you want to call it. I'll be your Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I love the idea. Nothing like getting deeper and growing to know people that you may consider yourself close to. I remember instances visiting my brother in Colorado, going to clubs and thinking, I wish I knew more about these people. How cool would it be to just stay in, roll up, pour up, and talk? Talk about shit that we really give a fuck about. Maybe network or discover you have common hobbies or interests with someone you've known for years. Like, I feel like that's the kind of stuff that when we were younger, we kind of lacked. Like, I feel like my life, even though I'm from Oklahoma, there is a point where I lived in Colorado. And I feel like that point when I lived in Colorado, that's when I really started experiencing life. Like, Oklahoma, I feel like, is real Bible Belt bullshit. And going to Colorado, you just see all these different colors of people, like, with no motherfucking problems, like, no tension. It was just like everybody just flowed. Whereas here, it's like everyone is so judgmental, so mad about every motherfucking thing, pointing the finger, but doing some dirty shit on the side. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like there was time for that. Like, we were out there getting fucked up. And the people that I know that I considered my friends back then, they know. We was getting toe up. So it was like it was a different thing back then. Like I feel like we were just trying to see what life was like. We were just getting out, going places, doing stupid shit, you know what I'm saying? And where it should have been maybe deeper, where we could have encouraged each other and, helped each other progress on dreams. We kind of just used each other for I don't know, for numbness or for an escape. Like, this is our time to just say fuck our problems and get shit cracking. But I feel like this is something that needs to be defined as well whenever it comes to friendships and platonic relationships. Because I done met some niggas before that didn't know what platonic meant. And one of them used his resources, so I didn't have to tell him what it meant, but he did admit to me he didn't know what it meant. And the other one I had to define it for. But I feel like here is the definition, Webster's definition. A friend is a person whom knows one, or hold on, a person, I'm going to White Webster. A friend is a person whom one knows and with whom one has bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. Now, platonic, of love or friendship. Okay? Intimate and affectionate, but not sexual. So we have a connection to where we know each other. We know each other's lives. We've gotten deeper than surface level feelings, perceptions, etc., right? We have affection for each other because, oh, you my nigga, like, give me hugs, give me love. You know what I'm saying? But not sexual. So we ain't going to Pound Town in the friend zone, like in the homie code, in the homie circle. We're not going to Pound Town. Now, I know there are people that say friends with benefits and they do the F-buddy thing. But I think at the same time, you're still making a connection with someone that's deeper than platonic. Like, you're doing the absolute most. Like, you getting feelings involved. Even if you don't show them, but that's for the next video. Even if you don't show them, men, y'all like to not show y'all's feelings. But y'all know y'all be catching feelings too. Y'all get the hashtag grippers on y'all and be like, I think I love her looking ass. You don't love me. You don't love nothing about me, okay? But that's for video 5. When I think about friendships, I like to divide them into categories. 3 in particular. I would say the overrated, the underrated, and the brother/sisterhood. Okay. So I broke these down. I just made like a little note, you know what I'm saying? I tried to get a little creative with it and break them down, give them a name, like put a name to them. So the overrated. First, we got the fake ass flake. And those are the people that you thought were cool and genuine. You became to know them more and seen they was a hot ass mess or a fucked up individual. The fake ass flake. Okay, we have the energy vamps. The energy vamps suck you bone dry because that's how they get by. And that's all I wrote. So that's just self-explanatory. We didn't all have those energy vamps. I feel like the fake ass flake too, like, it's like they're so fun and outgoing and shit in person. Like, oh, everything's a party. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, when you kick it with them or whatever like that, like it's all about them. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but the energy vamps, they just suck your bone dry. Nigga, that's how they get by. They just want to come around and take your energy. Like, I know people a lot nowadays, it's 2021, we talk about people are always out to get people's bread and shit like that, but energy is very important too. I feel like a lot of people don't know that they got the glow on them, low key. I feel like I'm even one of them people. I got the glow on me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like anybody that I want to rock with, like I feel like I want to reflect that. And I want to be that support for them and they be that support for me. Like it's that plain and simple, you know? But some people are just like, you're this, you're that. But you sucking my energy though. I'm over here getting you hype. But okay. Next we have the blamer. Those people always quick to call you out for being a horrible friend, but never put the effort to make sure they're being a good friend. So those people that are like, nigga, you don't ever listen to me. Like, nigga, but I'm always here. Every time you got a problem. Where are you though? The one-sider. The one who always comes around and kicks it with only one topic in mind, themselves. The uninterested, which is the person that always wants to be around, but never attentive to what's really going on, just there for the perks and benefits. The ultimate ulterior. That person around on some other shit or for some other shit, or only call when they want something. The fronter or the non-defender. Those niggas that always want to be seen, have you around to be seen, and dog you out or try and downplay your shine in front of everybody else. We all know some of these people. We probably all have been some of these people too. I'm not gonna lie, I'm reading some of these like, ooh, I remember when I used to be a little salt, a little shade tree. Catch me on Miami Beach, nigga. The fucking Riddler. Those people that can never find an encouraging word ever to say, but criticize, look down, or clown you for everything you do. Makes you question who you are, if you're enough, etc. So I feel like those friends that are around that always like try and throw them subliminals. I don't know. I don't think these people are friends, is what I'm saying. All the people that I just named, they're not friends. They're the overrated friends. They're the ones that always get all the attention, all the love and shit like that, but there's no even exchange. There's nothing coming in return. So, the underrated, I would say, are the well-being checkers. The ones that check up on you just because, know of you and care to see how your days go. The ones that see the light. I should have just said the light seers, maybe. The bloop bloop. The ones that know you well enough that try and get to know you outside of where they see you. So those people that actually know like your little creative quirks and what you like to do. Like they come over and smoke out with you and play video games or, you know, get creative, do fucking crafts or fucking paint or make fucking jewelry. Somebody like that, you know? I think that would be fun, but niggas be like, we doing what, nigga? I thought we was just gonna smoke and do nothing. Like, it's free looking ass. The visionary vibers, the ones who try and network and collab with you, inspire your career goals, and want to see you with a happiness and quality of life that they see or have for themselves. I feel like those are just people that motivate you all the time. Like, and they kind of get you in the mix of shit. These are the underrated. I'm going to just read it off and then I'll just summarize because these are making me want to weave flip. Okay? Nostalgic neighbors. Those folks that always try and take you out of your element. Want to get you out, have fun, see, and celebrate life. The community confidant. The ones who live for connections, that know all the hot spots, all the chill spots, all the smoke spots, knows and introduces you to all these dope ass individuals around you in your city, in another city. Like the vibes is just right. The community confidant. Intellectual homie, whatever. The ones that it just clicks with. You can be serious and have real intense convos And it's still all love, even when the seriousness settles. The Challenger. The Challenger, we ain't talking about the typical hood nigga car. The realist, even if you're close. If you disagree on something, whether it be minor or major, they challenge your thinking in ways that make you evaluate from an honest outsider's perspective. So this is those people that are going to keep it real with you. And side note on this, like, for example, I don't want a homegirl that's going to make me feel like my relationship is on top of the globe when that nigga treats me like shit. Like, I want her to be able to tell me, like, bitch, wake up today. Like, there's not another moment to where you could do this shit. And I know, like, a lot of niggas say bitches got hater friends, or if we gonna relate to 90s TV, nigga Martin, Pam was the hater friend. Which I don't believe she was the hater friend. I feel like Pam was highly slept on, but that's another story for another day. Like, you don't want me to break that down. But if you ain't shit, and my homegirls see that, and they're like, girl, they saluting me like you the realest nigga. No, it's not. Like, ask me questions that make me think, like, why are you with this dude? Like, what does he do for you? How does he make you feel? Because I feel like he's a little shady, baby. What's up? You know? I don't want you supporting that shit. Then that's going to make me think something. Like, we Eskimo cousins. The Challenger, I feel like, asks those questions and is not scared to ask those questions. They're going to be that person that makes you think outside the box. Like, you got to answer some shit that you might just be pushing to the back of your mind. The Understander, the ones that just get it on some judgment-free-ish. The ones that have grown to know you and respect your story and your well-being. Sisterhood and Brotherhood. This would be, in my opinion, two individuals which exude the underrated traits, the traits that I just named, that exude all of those at an even exchange. So two people having all that connection bonded in one, I would feel like is a brotherhood or sisterhood. They do a bit of all, and for each individual could feel like a family bond more than a friendship. So the brotherhood and sisterhood, like, for example, for me personally, I grew up with this guy, shout outs to my nigga, DeAndre, and that's when I lived in Colorado. And I feel like we experienced life together. Like, this was my nigga. He wasn't my nigga at first. He tried to play me for a boo-boo the fool. But he started listening to me talking to shit like that. And he was like, she's funny, nigga. Like, maybe I should give her a little credit. Ended up being Gemini's. His birthday's 2 days before mine. So, you know, we already on that level. # Gemini life. But it's been strictly platonic. And I feel like even to this day, he's like a family member. Because, like, can't nobody relate to me in the way that he do, even without saying. And then whenever I need somebody to come through, or I need somebody to have my back, whether it's emotionally or what, he's listening, he's tuning in. You know what I'm saying? He's telling me, you deserve better than that, nigga. Stop acting like you're stupid up in this bitch. But, you know, niggas have their moments. And I feel like that's the kind of brotherhood, sisterhood thing. Like, it was strictly platonic, and it was a way that we had stuck up for each other. We seen each other outside of social settings. We seen each other outside of parties and getting fucked up. We seen each other at each other's houses. We kicked it at each other's houses. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of shit I kind of feel like we missing right now. As far as Black folks and I just feel like people in general. Let me not just dumb it down to us, because we ain't the only ones tripping out here. I wish white people would understand that. We ain't the only ones bugging the fuck out here. sir, ma'am, Karen. Let me stop. Anyways, in my opinion, if I was really to speak on my true thoughts of friendship, I would begin to say, true ones are strictly platonic, if male or female. It begins at this, if real. So I feel like true ones are strictly platonic. I don't care what you say. Like, I'm gonna have my homeboys, I'm gonna have my homegirls, but we ain't over here tricking off on each other and shit, sucking and fucking and shit. We're over here, we're really being friends over here. Yeah, we're really supporting each other, really, over here. Yeah, my nigga had a bad day. We're finna smoke this fucking city out, nigga. Take a cruise. But I feel like if it ever does progress to a romantic relationship, that's what I wanted to say. If it ever progressed to a romantic relationship, when it comes to people that have friendships that are male and female, I feel like there's always those possibilities for people to grow into something. And that's where it starts, is with the friendship. Like, for me personally, I would say no. It's a hard no for me. But like, I could understand where it's coming from, just like the best friend that I was talking about. The lady he ended up being with, shout outs to her too, because that was my nigga. I remember days when we was living the single life. So bloop, you know? Their relationship, they were friendly before they got romantic. So you know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be like that foundation that people are trying to build. That's why I feel like that got some realness to it. When you have a foundation to build on the friendship tip, instead of building on, F something, suck something. We learn fast nowadays. If interests are piqued, there is no time limit in growing to know. I feel like some niggas are always like hesitant with having friendships because you don't always have it so easy. Everything's instant gratification nowadays. So even with friendships, niggas be like, oh, I don't like them. Like, oh, well, why were you all up in my shit? But that's just my opinion. Anyways, true friendships are about knowledge of each other, support from present to future, consistency, and communication. Real people that care and value your being, listen to what the fuck you gotta say. Like, I don't care who it is, or they act like they ain't hearing you. They be like, ooh, you get on my nerves. You're annoying. Like, they hear you. Real folks hear you, honey. The ones that's really trying to hear you. And they're not doing it to advise you, not to practice being a hood Dr. Phil. I feel like it's the key word of communication. You have to be attentive to listen in order to respond, and allow a person to know your piece without you treating them like an idiot. So let me be able to talk to you about what I've gone through in my life, or the struggles that I've been through, without you looking at me like, bitch, well, it couldn't have been me. Couldn't have been me. If it was me, but it wasn't. So can we not do that? Like, can you just support me from where you see me now? Because it's taken me a lot out of me to even tell you this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people bottle their shit up nowadays. 2021 ain't making it safe for nobody. So when people bottle it in and they actually have the vulnerability to just be like, hey, I've been through this shit. Hey, it fucked me up. I'd be like, word. Because I feel it. And I feel like, we all show our different ways of how we understand others. But another thing is, the real ones never leave. I feel like when people really care about you in your life, and even on the basis of a friendship, even as basic as that, the real people never leave. They always want to be in the know of your life. They always want to see about you. They're always asking you how you're doing, how you've been. Like, let's link up. Let's smoke together and do a little FaceTime real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me see you, Even if you don't do that, you know that they still around. They still supporting you from afar. You deserve friends that celebrate you, themselves, and life, but also challenge you, make you step out of your comfort zone for the betterment of your being, and is never scared to let you know when you fucking up. When you need a pep or to help you find solutions. I feel like real friends, when I reflect on it back in the day, like now I would say now that I'm grown, like I didn't really have no friends for real. But the people that I really think about, like this is why I don't think I have any friends, because I feel like nobody ever called me out on my fuckery when I was fucking up, when I was on some fuckery. So I feel like I'm not defining you as a friend if you can't tell me the truth. And I got a mouth on me, so I'm going to tell you the truth when you fucking up or when I feel affected by what you're doing, you know? So that's for me to say, feel free. If you catch me slipping, nigga, feel free to call me out on my bullshit. I'm cool with that. Because I had to deal with it at the end of the day, but I'll own up. I can own up to my shit. Accountability should be the word for the year. Let's all be accountable for our fuckery and our bullshit. Let's own it and let's try and move forward from it. I'm really trying that shit too. It's hard as hell, to be honest, but it's fine. Never be intimidated for coming correct at someone you consider a friend. Sometimes all it takes is a talk. That's all I got, y'all. Thank you for tuning in.